Congress voting to advance a short-term spending bill to keep the government funded until March. The bill now heading to the president's desk. The measure passed in the Senate with 77 votes in favor. 18 Republicans, though, voted against it. And it passed 314 to 108 in the House, but House Speaker Mike Johnson needed Democrats' help to cross the finish line. 106 Republicans voted against the bill, meaning more House Democrats supported the bill than Republicans. This enraging hardline conservatives. They're now reportedly planning, quote, revenge against Speaker Johnson. Axios says that members of the Freedom Caucus may begin to hijack Republican messaging bills. I want to bring in Texas Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne. She's a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. Congresswoman, I first want to get your reaction to that word revenge. What does that mean?
You know, you'd have to ask the people who are saying it. I think at this point in time, we've got such a slim majority in the House. What we need to be doing is working together. You know, I was one of those members who voted against the CR, and I voted against it because I looked at this as a continuation of Nancy Pelosi's spending levels. When you're spending $475 billion just to be able to service your debt in 2022, and that's expected to go up to $1.4 trillion in 2032. You have got to get control of the spending. But another reason why I voted against it is because we've got very few vehicles to force a Democrat-run Senate and a Democrat administration to do their job. And part of the funding of the government has to be forcing these agencies like HMS to do their job. When I'm a Texas representative, and I'm looking at what's happening at our border, and the fact that we have already given them a vehicle with our Border Security Act, H.R. 2, to do that, and they're sitting on it, we have to be able to force policy. But the only way we can do that with such a slim majority is if we stick together.
All right. Well, obviously, the border, I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, this hearing for Mayorkas has kind of gone sideways. So Republicans on the House Homeland Security Committee, they voted to advance the impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas. Marking up a resolution before the end of the month is what the expectation is. And then that final impeachment hearing was actually held yesterday. We had this emotional testimony from two victims of the border crisis. First is Josephine Dunn. She lost her daughter to fentanyl. Listen to this.
In my humble opinion, Mr. Mayorkas's border policies is partially responsible for my daughter's death. His wide open border policy allows massive quantities of poisonous fentanyl into our country. Arizona is the fentanyl superhighway into the United States. My family is broken. My heart is broken, and he couldn't even be here to face me today. Whatever he's doing that is more important than facing me today, I don't know what that could be.
So, you know, Mayorkas was unable to sit for testimony. He had this planned trip to Mexico, but that's what he missed. Oh, and by the way, New York Congressman Dan Goldman told her she was being used as a pun in that hearing.
Yeah. No, I saw that. Yeah. Did you please attack a mom who's just lost their child as a result of Democrat policies at the border? Please attack her. I've gotten calls from parents who have lost children through fentanyl poisoning. And it's not just this one mom. We've lost over 100,000 Americans to this. Nearly 5 Texans a day are dying as a result. We have seen triple-digit increases across the country. We had 1,000% more increase in just fentanyl in North Texas alone last year. These are real statistics. This is not made up. This is not people that are being used. This is a legitimate issue that's happening at our border that Democrats are somehow turning a blind eye to. Legitimately, we have a wartime issue happening at our border where you've got Mexican cartels that are in control of our border. And we have the vehicle through H.R. 2 to be able to control it. And let's face it, we've got enough policies that were already on the books when Biden came into office, that if this administration was concerned and actually interested in protecting our borders, it could do it tomorrow. But they have systematically taken every policy that was working off the table. They knew what they were doing, and as a result, we've seen over 10 million people in our country illegally since Biden's gotten in office. Countless numbers from terrorist watch lists. We have no idea how many cells are working in our country against us. But this is what's happening under a Democrat-led Senate and a Democrat-led administration.
Mm-hmm.
And to attack a mom like that is absolutely heartless. It's absolutely thoughtless.
I've got Joe Pinion on set with me. He's got a question for you, Congresswoman.
Yeah.
Congresswoman, always good to see you. I think you bring up an excellent point. You talk about what's happening on that border, particularly the gotaways, those individuals who are crossing our border, state of mind, who's to say destination, we don't know. How do we, take that, and then if you, put that together with what's happening here with the impeachment efforts against Mayorkas, trying to reach a threshold of high crimes and misdemeanors, even when we recognize that what they have done, from suing the state of Texas to prevent them from putting up buoys, to effectively trying to aid the people in coming across our border instead of securing the border, it seems as if reaching that threshold might be very difficult in spite of the fact that what they're doing clearly is wrong.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. And again, what we've done is through our Border Security Act, which would enforce the laws, which would force the CBP to do its job, which would support local law enforcement, which would start the border wall construction again, and would end catch and release. Those are tools that will work. But what I'm hearing is happening in the Senate, though, is exactly opposite that. In the Senate, the bill that they're discussing right now to bring back to Congress is they want to have 5,000 illegal immigrants be able to enter our country every day. Do the math. That's 2 million a year. They're trying to normalize the levels that we see right now. They also want to be able to have work programs for people entering our country illegally, which is incentivizing more people to come into our country. You've got the state of Texas. I really appreciate you bringing that up. They had to spend $5 billion last year to do the job that the federal government not only is not doing, but is causing. This year, they've already put aside almost $6.5 billion to do that. And instead of the federal government working and helping them, instead of that, they're suing them. They are trying to block the state from being able to protect itself. And people who don't recognize the fact that this is done on purpose are missing the point. They were told the Biden administration was told when they came into office by people who had been there working on the front lines, these are the policies that work. If you take them off the table, you're going to see massive illegal immigration. And that's exactly what they've seen. And you've got to think it was planned.
Yeah. Congresswoman Beth Van Duyne, thank you so much for your perspective on all of this. We appreciate it. This. I know that you're in Texas, which is a border state, but we're now seeing that every state's becoming a border state because of what's happening down there. We thank you for your time. Good to see you.